You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD along with my girl Tanisha, the Diva Mahomes. What's up, Diva?
Hey Linda, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm happy.
You happy? Good.
Yeah, I'm happy. You're gonna know why in a minute.
I know.
Wait.
I
Yeah,
know. So you this weekend you went to Texas A&M.
I did. So my uncle, to give you guys a little bit of background, my uncle is the first African American Marine Corps graduate in Texas A&M history, and
Uncle Bill.
he's at every home game. And I finally tapped him and was like, "Hey, I would love to go see the A&M Florida game." So I took a couple of my coworkers down. We had a blast.
Okay,
and I
cool.
tell you, and A&M won.
Yes.
It was awesome. It was a great game. I'm telling you, that crowd is like reminding me so much of like Chiefs Nation. Like it was just loud and boisterous and towels were rolling. It was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That was a cool game.
Okay, so shout out to William, aka Uncle Bill Mahomes.
Absolutely. You
All
did
right.
it up for me, Uncle Bill.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
I
I'm
love
gonna be tapping your shoulder more often.
Yeah, all you had to do, he offered it. All you had to do was get a taste of it. You go
Dude,
back
it
and
was
enjoy it.
it was
Great.
such an amazing experience. Like I'm just thankful.
I'm glad to hear. We're always glad to hear when we do something, right? Because we never do.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad to hear you had a good time. I, on the other hand, just laid on the couch and watched games all weekend.
That's what you always do, friend.
Yeah, I didn't switch it
If
up.
you
I didn't go
did
anywhere this
anything,
weekend.
if you did anything other, the assassin would be confused. That's what you
Yes.
stick with the program.
Yeah, I didn't want to confuse the assassin. I think I had done that a couple of weeks in a row. So
Exactly. He didn't know what was going on.
nah, the assassin sat in the chair he sat in the chair. I was on the couch. He's like, "Are we going anywhere today?" I said, "No." He said, "Okay." So he didn't have any orders to take me out, so I'm still
Let's
here.
keep it simple. Let's don't make me work for my job. Yeah, that
He's
was
like,
awesome.
yeah, because I went to the market on Thursday instead of Friday, so he was a little tired. So I just said,
That's what I'm about to say. What you doing?
I throw him off.
Felt good about it. You just jumped up and decided to
I gotta
eat
keep him
out
on
of
his toes.
character.
Yeah, I gotta keep him on his toes.
Oh.
So let's jump in because Tanisha, you got some bragging rights. I know Darren's not on here because we had to switch up times. But let's talk about the WNBA Finals.
So I'm not one to gossip. So you ain't heard it from me except for last week. But I called a sweep. This is the first time ever that I've been right with the WNBA.
Say
and
ever.
I called it. And I said it. I said it with I had confidence, didn't I?
You did.
I said that with confidence last week. I said, calling a sweep.
You did. You said it with you were there with no doubt. I thought that, and I know Darren had his whole analogy of why they were gonna get a game. I just thought Phoenix was gonna get a game because all the games were close. They were close games. I thought they were gonna get one game at home, and then Vegas would come back. And the reason I thought that, I don't know if you saw the interviews or the press conferences. Vegas has never won a game 3. Becky ain't won a game 3. That was the first time. So even without you knowing that, you just said sweep. That's why I said, maybe she'll break it this year. But once she broke it, once they got that game 3, I was like, they're done.
So it's funny that you say that because I actually, I was one to say that they were going to go all the way. And I said every game's going to be close, but they're going to come up a little short.
Yes.
Roll that beam footage. Get back to it. I called it.
Okay.
I said, every game going to be close, but they're going to come up a little short.
Yeah. I might have to go back. And highlight that for you. Let me do a quick pause, Tanisha, because I just hit my power cord. Hold on. All right, had a little technical difficulties. We're back, but yeah. So Tanisha,
what? Thank
you. I give it to you. Because
I want to. Yeah, Darren's coming back on this show the way he drug us last year. No, he's coming back.
Yeah, Because he went through a whole, and I want
this
to
whole,
play it for him. I'm gonna try to cut that video so we can play it for him where he broke down why they were not gonna win.
why they
Because
weren't gonna win.
that was another time when he
Even
wouldn't
though
land
he
the
couldn't name,
plane.
even though he couldn't name anybody that was gonna be the game changer. What? We got him. Yeah, we're gonna tear him up.
Yep.
When he get
Yep.
back on here, we're gonna tear him up. Hey, by my notes and my statistics. Yeah, we're gonna get him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you want to clown last year. Okay.
Yeah,
We
he's
got him.
because he considered himself got.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put that foot on his throat.
Yeah,
Real talk.
but the performance of the Aces was just, and I know I'll go back to, the coach got thrown out of the game. It was this, it was that, which I think he should have been thrown out of the game because you don't run up on nobody like that.
Nope.
You don't run up on anybody like that.
Not expect to get away with it.
Nah.
I think that was sometimes, coach. You know how it is. Sometimes your coach will do something to try to get the team
Yes.
to bring something out of the team, so they'll go out there and do something that's not even characteristic of, that's not the part of their character, and then that will just spark the team
Motivate
to
the
be like,
team.
we're gonna go out there and get them. And yeah,
They did do a run after that, but it wasn't enough. But I just thought, like, even with Cheryl Reeves, she lost it and got tossed and she was all over the floor, whatever. But to get up, and the way he ran up on her and the way he postured on her, I just thought that was just there should have been some other consequences outside of him getting kicked out of the game. I just thought that was just, you don't, because of course you're in the gym doing, but yeah, she was good because she didn't flinch.
Yes.
She didn't flinch.
Please
He might have
remind
got.
me when we go to the next segment about consequences when coaches do things versus consequences when players do things, because I got something that we talked about that I want to talk about.
Oh, when we talked about that player?
Yep, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry about it.
I mean, people, okay, we can wrap this segment up quick on the WNBA. So, Becky, 4 years and three championships, so you can't question that. Asia, what she's doing, but the team as a whole, because they have that nucleus for their team, and then you can bring in other players. I was happy to see Jewel Lloyd get a championship with them. Leaving Seattle, she struggled all year, but for them to go from below 500 to being the champions, that says a lot. So people can talk about who they think of the face of the WNBA is and all that other stuff.
Whatever. But let me tell you what's really sickening. I'm in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these San Antonians are disgusted that they left and went to Vegas and doing all these things. They tell me we could have had the game right here. We could have had the champions. I mean, everywhere you
coulda,
go,
woulda, shoulda. They didn't want to pay for it.
There it is. That part.
That's it. So
that part. But they are some sad campers out here in San Antonio watching the Aces just.
And I know they weren't filling stadiums like they were before, but San Antonio has a good basketball, background, but they weren't going to the games. They weren't supporting the women. And it was just, I mean, Becky did her thing with the Spurs. And I hear people saying, one of them, Mr. Clown Man, Stephen A. Smith, saying the NBA, they need to go get her. The NBA don't deserve her. The NBA is not that premier where you say, I want to go. Maybe for her it is, but I don't think so. She's on Mount Rushmore with a couple of her players or whatever. The NBA ain't that anymore. I think not, and for me it's not, because I really don't watch the NBA until the playoffs. I think it's boring. People are load balancing, they're sitting out, they're doing this, they're doing that. It's just
But a lot of people say they'll go back and say she had a really good mentor.
Oh, no doubt.
They'll go back and they'll say that. And I think we can all agree that I remember seeing interviews where he was like, she was sitting in the meetings in the beginning and had all this brilliance inside of her. And he was like, I didn't bring you here to sit down here and be quiet. You got something to say it.
Right.
And I just feel like, that knowing that your mentor has confidence in you, being able to jump in and coach, I think it was the G League, whatever it was that, all throughout the whole path, that type of confidence, I mean, clearly, I mean, she can make anything work. And for someone to say that she doesn't deserve a job is kind of
Oh
crazy in
no,
my
he didn't
opinion.
say she didn't deserve.
No, no,
He
I'm
said,
saying no,
"Oh,
no,
oh,
no.
okay."
I know I'm saying for anybody because the first time you put a woman in charge of something like that, they're gonna be like, well, oh, okay, no, no, she is that chick when it comes to basketball, and so I'm hoping that one day she will get an opportunity. I don't know that she ever will, but even if
If
she
she
doesn't,
wants it,
where she's at right now, hell, what's wrong with that?
and
I
and
just
and
don't believe.
she may say, "Hey, I've done what I've done on this side. I'll go to the other side." If she wants it, I didn't think when the Knicks were interviewing Dawn Staley, I didn't think Dawn Staley was a top pick from a female. I thought that Becky Hammon would bring more, and I love Dawn Staley, but Becky Hammon's experience in the NBA, I thought was more. If you were looking at, and there are other women in there, but
I think that's fair. That's a fair statement because
mhm,
what done is done on the level that she's on right now. But as they say, you want to get it. You want to be able to say you went through the trenches, and Becky's been able to do that. And so that to me, it's almost kind of like I think it's more of that she would deserve that first opportunity when it's given. I mean, because
yes,
she's done all of that, and I don't think that really you can really make an argument that there would be somebody more qualified than her.
no.
I mean, she probably is the most qualified and deserves that first opportunity.
Yeah, and I thought the Brooklyn Nets, I thought they blew their opportunity when they hired Steve Nash as the head coach. I
Oh
think at that
Lord,
point
Jesus.
it
I
should have
remember
been
that.
Becky Hammon, and I think she would have did a great job.
But
Um,
that Nash hire was the players were on board with the Nash hire.
I
The
think they
hire.
were going to be on board with whoever they said at that point, but it proved not to be. I think they would have been on board with the Becky Hammon hire, but it wasn't even in the conversation, and that's the part
Well,
that was disappointing. But we could belabor that. But she's doing what she's doing. She's shining. I think she'll continue to shine as long as she's
amazing
in
job.
there. Yeah, and I don't think she'll go anywhere. And Asia, that's the face of the W.
Hey,
Um,
that turnaround fade. Oh my god.
yeah, that shot, the whole game is amazing.
But
I'm still trying to figure out.
that's that clutch. That's the clutch that we love when we see the Jordans and the Kobe's and for her to be that person and then turn around and hit that shot,
Yeah.
man, that broke some spirits.
Oh
That's
yeah. And for the Becky said the play was get it to Asia, so you have that much confidence, so she can go out
I
there and
know,
do what she
right?
has to
It was
do.
like it really
Yeah.
wasn't. It was like, what was the play? Becky dribble. She was like, get the ball to Asia.
Yep. And she delivered. So it was great, great series. I still wish that the series had been between a healthy Minnesota Lynx and a
Fair
Las
enough.
Vegas Aces, the 1 and 2 teams, healthy just to see. But unfortunately, it
I
didn't
would be.
happen.
I'll take it one step further. I would have liked Caitlin to be healthy with the way Mitchell was playing to see what that would have turned out. I would have actually liked a healthy Caitlin in that to be able to go in and just see because people like to think you're always going to be able to repeat to something and get back there, but that's
Yeah.
not a guarantee, baby.
But
Teams changes, they change, players get traded. You may never actually get that group back together. And I thought that they were gelling very well. I know Kayla will get healthy, she'll do what she needs to do, but sometimes opportunity pass and she may not have that squad to fill in those gaps and they're on that run like that again. I would have loved to see her be able to finish healthy, just to see what they could have done. But
and
you know, you
I know how you feel about that. I'm the opposite because I don't think that she would have been the key to that because prior to her getting hurt in the years before, the year before when she played, they couldn't beat the Aces with Caitlin Clark. So I don't think that. I think is she a key part of that team? Yes. Is she the part to get him over the hump? No, because I believe if you put Caitlin Clark in and you take Mitchell out, you don't win the games that you win. The other way
okay.
around, you still won.
So
So I just think the impact is different. I think her impact is a popularity impact versus an impact on the court.
I would the reason why I'm going to disagree with
Hmm.
that I'm with you is because what I've loved about it is that I saw some holes in Caitlin's game, and we talked about that. I thought there were some holes in her game, but I loved what she did in the off season to plug those holes.
Mhm.
And I thought she came back stronger, more resilient. And this is the thing, when you're an athlete, you're gonna go and if you really truly like that, you're gonna go get start fixing those flaws, fixing those gaps. And I thought she came back better than she was obviously the year before. She was weak. She was getting bullied. She was getting thrown all around. And when I say bullied, I'm not talking about like somebody actually trying to bully her. I'm saying you're not strong enough to be out here. That's why you too small. That's why we do all that kind of stuff in games, because you're not ready yet. And which is what Taraji had already said. You not what you do there, you're not gonna do here. When you come here, this is a different league. And it was all this flag. But I did like the work that she did in the offseason. You could see that she went and did, and she grinded. And I think that she's that type of player, and I respect that if she keeps getting better, it will be great to see her in a couple of years. I just wanted to see what it would have looked like. They're still young. They still were, in my opinion, they still didn't. I don't believe they would have won, but I would have liked to see what it would have looked like with them in the second part of the season if she had stayed healthy.
Yeah, and I agree that she worked on her game offensively. I still think that she's a defensive liability. There's nobody on that team from the Las Vegas Aces that she could have guarded.
You got a little bit of
Lexi,
lead.
I'm gonna give Lexi Hall more for a defensive than I will ever give Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
There's
she's got a
nobody
little
on that team
leg
she could.
foot. She's got a little bit. She's heavy. She's heavy on the feet.
She's
She's not.
slow. Yeah, she's not quick enough. She's not agile enough to guard.
She'll,
You
she'll,
tell me
but
who you match them up, and this ain't the Caitlin Clark show, but you went down that path. You match her up with anybody on there that she would have guarded. There's nobody that she could stop. She's not stopping Jewel Lloyd. She's not stopping Jackie Young. She ain't stopping Dana Evans, and she ain't stopping Chelsea Gray. Now you put Mitchell on them to guard them. Yes, it causes a problem because she did cause a problem for them. But yeah, that's a defensive
I think
liability.
I think in what you're saying, with them both being on the court, and because Mitchell is such a force, I think that would have opened up Caitlin to start ringing in them long ass threes. That
Offensive. That's what I
world
said.
has started.
Offensively, but she's a
Yeah.
defensive
So
liability. So
it
what you're gonna
had to
put
been a
in?
shootout. It had to been a shootout for her to try, because you're right. I'm not gonna lie, she is a little bit lead foot, but that's another thing. Get in there and get to learning how to shuffle. Get some people that's gonna work on your footwork and try to get that developed. There, like I said, there were some holes in the game, but she's still young and she did improve on
Well,
some things.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's move on.
yeah, because we ain't gonna agree on that. We ain't never
No,
gonna
let's
agree
move
on
on
that.
because I
Yeah.
got some other.
Yeah, so let's move to the let's move over to the NFL. So I know it's a couple of things we're gonna go through by division. We're not gonna go through by game, but we're gonna go through by division and talk about what happened. But you wanted to bring up something about coaches, the difference with coaches and the difference with players and how they're treated. You want to wrap it up with that?
No, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna let you at the end. That's gonna be mine. I'm gonna let you know
Okay.
how
All
I
right.
feel
Cool.
about that.
All right. So let's start with the AFC East. We got the Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets. What's popping out from that division for you?
So the Patriots, Drake May, is looking real good. If I'm a Patriots fan, I'm starting to feel like, oh, we might be back up in this camp. The Patriots is balling. They playing good. Drake May has got the confidence that he needs. He's young, but he's doing exactly what you expect, what you would want from a quarterback. He's showing that the game isn't too big for him. I like what I see in Drake May. I think it's a great they did the right thing, putting him out there and letting him get his feet wet, and it's not too big for him. I like what I see.
Okay.
I really do.
That's your highlight there.
I think the Patriots the Patriots fans are probably feeling good right now. Like, oh yeah, we just need to get these pieces.
Are you surprised by Buffalo Bills?
Well, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that kind of what people are complaining about is that Allen might need some more help. Allen might need some more pieces to the puzzle because his guys aren't getting open. But these were the same guys that were like 3-4 games in a row that were wide open doing all of this stuff. It seems to be a few excuses there. I think more so Allen got sacked. If you go back and we look at what happened this week, all the quarterbacks that got like 4 or 5 sacks more took a L.
Right.
I think it's more so the protection because Allen is that man. He's going to be able to do whatever. He's good enough to put if the guys are open, he'll put the ball in their hands. But he's also got to have enough time to do it. Allen under duress is not accurate. Allen, you feel me?
Yes,
Like any other quarterback.
and the team also, I heard this statistic in the last 29 turnover, not turnover, excuse me, 29 penalties in the last 3 games. That's a lot. You're
That's
almost
too much.
averaging 10 penalties in a game. That's too much. So you're killing yourself there too.
No
But
bueno.
yeah, don't count them out. I don't count them out. I think
Oh hell no.
yeah.
Who can
We'll,
if you count out the Bills, you don't watch football.
yeah. Nope. So we'll see what happens there in that division. Not much to say about the Dolphins and the Jets. I think with the Dolphins, they got some internal issues that they need to work with. I don't think the coach is going to be there next year. I don't know if he makes it through the season.
Oh no, he's not gonna make the cut.
Yeah, that comment
When they cutting people, he gonna be one of them.
Yeah. So that comment that Tua made was I'm agreeing. I gotta agree with most of the people out there saying that's inside business. You don't talk about who ain't make it to player only meetings. That's your business. And you being a
Absolutely.
captain, you need to fix that because they ain't respecting you if they don't think they need to show up on time or show up at all. So that's something you got to work on internally. But you and the coach need to get on the same page, and you and your team need to get on the same page, and they're not.
Absolutely. And that's the problem. When you can play sports your whole life, what's in that locker room is in that locker room.
That's right. That's right.
Don't nobody else need to know about that.
Yeah.
And I love when I see veteran players and even young players go up there and be like, we took care of that. Next question. That don't have nothing to do with y'all.
Yep, that's it. And the Jets are just the Jets because they look horrible. I thought Justin Fields looked horrible.
They look horrible, but it wasn't because of Fields. It was because Fields was under damn duress.
Well, it was a lot of Fields standing in the pocket. You got to move.
Listen, he got beat up by the Broncos.
He did, but he wasn't moving. He was just standing there. I mean, I watched that game and I was like, why aren't you moving? He was just standing there. And Fields is more mobile than that, but he wasn't even running. It was like, dude, you standing like you got the best line.
People say that until you realize you that quarterback, and then you realize that the team that is supposed to be protecting you is outmatched, and you don't know where to go, left, right, up, back, front.
But you got to do something. You can't continue to do the same thing for 4 quarters because it didn't work. And he did the same thing for 4 quarters. Stood in the pocket, dude. No. And then when he did run, he was getting free, but he looked horrible.
For all we know, that's what they wanted him to do, is standing there and try to get.
If they wanted him to get sacked, then he did a great job because he looked horrible.
No, I mean, it's a lot of players that don't normally get sacked and got sacked. Like we just said, Josh Allen got sacked 4 times. When you don't have help, you get nervous.
Right. He got sacked 9.
He did.
Yeah, that's hard. You got to make some adjustments. Killed. As a quarterback, you do have to make some kind of adjustments. And he
9 times is brutal.
Yeah, he looked lost. He looked lost. And you got your players and your receivers and stuff. You're not getting the ball out. And he did have time on some of them.
Like Sam,
but he can't find nobody. Yeah, it looked like he was afraid to throw an interception or do something. So I don't know. But yeah, we ain't gonna belabor that. Let's move to the AFC North. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland. That if Pittsburgh don't run away with that, with what's going on,
Aaron Rodgers.
They don't. I believe Pittsburgh is the only healthy team. No, I said healthy team.
I know. I'm from. They 4-1. They too far gone.
Yeah,
nobody's stopping that.
We know what's going on with Cincinnati. They don't have Joe.
Well, we know what's going on with Baltimore too. They broke.
Cleveland. But no, what is going on with Baltimore? They are broke. But before they were broke, their coach is broke. He needs to go. 18 years.
I didn't say what part of them broke. They broke in totality. Yeah, they are broken from head to damn toe.
And when you say head coach, you need to change.
You heard me. You caught the pun.
I did. Yes,
exactly.
Because I watch him in games and he stands there with his mouth open.
I know.
Like he can't believe what's going on. I mean, they gave him an extension last year, so I don't see them getting rid of him. But not getting rid of him, your team is stale. Like, you can always get there. You get to the promised land and it's the same result. Say again?
I don't even understand how they're using their players. Like, it's just, even if you're broken, you still got King. You still got things that you can do. to make this work. Change up the game plan. Go to the drawing board. Good coaches will figure out some alternative things. At least make the games close.
They're not
And
a
you know,
three-point.
if the games were like super close or something,
You're missing Lamar.
on,
You can say, "Oh, if Lamar was there." They scored 3 points last week.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, I don't know who do you put that on? 3 points. You still have
Hell,
other players, yeah. And then it's I don't know. There's some
listen
housekeeping.
to me. This was so crazy about it. Tyler Huntley didn't even start the game and got sacked 4 times.
That
I mean, I ain't laughing, but I'm
well,
just
he
saying.
probably didn't even. I know he wasn't even expecting to play.
He
But
was
it's
probably
just
like, just got here.
you can get a ticket if you in Baltimore. If you're in this area, you can get a ticket to the game.
You know what? You ever watched the original Teen Wolf when the coach over there eating the egg tell the dude go get him some salt? I bet Tyler Hunt was over there eating the egg like, give me some salt. And
Yeah,
they said, I gotta go in. Hold
yeah.
up.
He ain't want no parts of that. He ain't
What?
want no parts of that. Yeah, I don't know.
What? Come on.
I mean, they got injuries too, and I think it's going to be a team thing to come back and save your season and do stuff for yourself. But I think they can do it. I really think. It's
But
crazy with 5
when Lamar
losses.
brings to the game
Yeah,
and without Lamar, they just
it's rough. It's rough. All right,
You
let's
gonna
move.
tell me he not worth his money?
Yeah, he worth every penny.
Next time Lamar
He
want
worth he worth
next
some of
time Lamar
Harbaugh's
to go
money.
to the table, they ought to be like, Lamar, we were waiting for you to come.
Yeah.
We were
He
waiting for you
worth
to
some of Harbaugh's money. Harbaugh ain't worth that money in that extension. You're gonna extend a coach that ain't taking you nowhere. You had a team when he won the Super Bowl. You had a team that couldn't lose a Super Bowl. That was the thing. It wasn't a matter of them when they couldn't lose a Super
let me
Bowl.
hit that. Let me hit that sprinkler grass. Let
Yeah,
me hit that Ray Lewis.
yeah. You couldn't
Come
lose
on.
right.
What?
How do you lose?
I
So
miss
you
you,
could
Ray.
put a good coach in there. It ain't Harbaugh got him there. You had players that got him there. He ain't done nothing since. So it's like,
And which brings up our guy, Flacco, Bengals.
yeah, that trade.
And
I know the Pittsburgh coach Tomlin was questioning that trade. I don't get it either. You trade within the division. Why?
well, I will say this though. For Flacco to only have about 5, 6, 7 days, how long did Flacco have to get in there and get that switched up?
Probably a week.
To learn
Not
about
even. Yeah.
the first part of the game, it looked like he only had a few days. But
Hmm.
after he came back in that second half, stuff got to clicking. You know, he got to throwing some touchdowns and stuff. So if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm like, well, hell, it only took him a half to get rolling.
Hmm.
Maybe next week we might be on our way. I think as a Bengals fan, I think that after he got going, you started to see it looked like there was some promise up in there.
Yeah.
Give them another week, and they might be causing some problems. But they got, like I said, they 2-4. Hell, they in third place over there. But
Oh yeah.
hell,
I mean, I agree. I agree.
no,
It's
they in second place, second in their division. Yeah, they in second in their
They're in
division.
second. They are in
Yeah,
second.
they in second.
I
They in
think
second.
yeah, it could shake up. But the thing is for the Browns. So you the Browns and you making that move. What you just saying? Screw it. I don't care what happens to us this season. I'm gonna go with just Gabriel dude, and I'm gonna go with Sanders if necessary, like we talked about. So we'll see what happens. Right?
Well, the Gabriel thing, he got crushed too.
He did.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
another one. He took
Hmm.
a whole lot. He took a whole lot of. He had hell, zero chance against the Steelers.
But
I mean, they was
that's the
on him.
thing that we were talking about last week when we said,
So
okay, how far do you let him go before you put Sanders in?
I don't know, but if Justin took 9, he took at least 6 or 7
Yeah. Yeah, he
sacks
took quite a
himself.
few. He took quite a few. Let's go to the AFC South.
Let's
Colts.
go.
Colts looking good.
Come on now, let's give Danny some time.
I did. I gave him just time last
Yeah, I
week.
know because
Yeah. He
we
ain't get it
already
every
know
week.
his displays hate. So let's see
Yeah, I
what
mean they
Danny.
look good. They look real good
Yep.
as a team. I'm trying to in my mind, and I'll do the analysis next week or this week, like of who they have played. Have they played truly tough teams? I know
Oh, that's
Miami
that
was a
part
one.
I got
So
to really go back and
yeah,
look
that's what I
because
really need to go back and look. And shame on me that I'm not prepared for that. But yeah, and nothing from them because you any given Sunday, right? So they're doing what they need
hell
to do.
yeah.
They're 5-1. They're
And,
5-1. So that's what they
they
need to
are
do.
5-1, but Jacksonville is right behind them at 4-2.
Yeah, yeah. Jacksonville got lucky, I think, over the Chiefs.
Yeah, what I
So
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
they could
but
be at
any
500.
given Sunday. So
Yeah,
therefore, if you realize that somebody failed twice and they beat you,
yeah.
then
Houston, Houston
it was
didn't
meant to
start
be.
off like I thought they would, but I think they could catch up and overcome some things. Tennessee is Tennessee. They fired their coach. Um, and there's some conversation about young quarterbacks and firing these coaches. So you get these young quarterbacks a year with the coach, and then they got to bring another year in with another new coach and a whole new system. Is it fair to them? And no, I don't think it
No,
is.
it's not fair to these young quarterbacks that you run out there and you throw them out there without a real plan.
Yeah,
And we'll talk about that because, like I said, that is Bryce's exact situation. You got nothing on the field. You throw him out there, you damn near get him killed. Then you talking about, oh, we gonna bench you. Hell, you ought to be happy he had enough courage to go out there on the field. You
yeah.
got nothing to give him. Traylon Burks. Hell, I don't think he done played more than 8 games since he been in the league. They're
Well,
not
we ain't,
healthy.
we ain't there. We ain't there.
No,
Let's
I'm talking
say
about no. That's Tennessee.
okay. No, but you okay? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm
So
saying Traylon
the
Burks is
quarterback. The,
Cam
yeah,
don't have his the number one pick in the
yeah.
draft. He's not available. He's still banged up and hurt. He's been hurt since he got in the league. So availability, there's no availability there. Cam, like you said, he's frustrated. That's how you say we played like what do you
Ass.
say?
He said they play
Ass.
like ass. But I think the coach, I think part of it is too, yeah, some of these coaches are horrible, but is this guy horrible or is it you let a lot of things
Gotta
go.
build.
Right. So you gotta let the coach build. So now you're saying, I'm gonna go get another coach, we're gonna build with that coach. You know,
And that's another system that Cam's gotta learn.
yeah. So that's why I say it's not fair. You're like we agree there. It's not fair to
Same thing
these.
Sam went through. Mr. Darnold, if you nasty.
Oh, he all over the place.
Yeah,
But he's
you
doing
know
well
when it
now.
was.
Maybe he's still in, but he's
Know
been
what I'm
all
saying?
over the place.
But when he was with the Jets, you see what happened to him.
Yeah,
So
and
I mean,
there was some statistic that was thrown out there about like these quarterbacks that go through how many coaches they go through in 4 years or
no, that's
5 years,
sad.
and it's not on them. They never get to blossom. They never grow. So you got to stick
Yeah.
with them because they were saying something like Peyton Manning in his first year, he was horrible, and they could have
Oh,
said, "Oh,
he
we could give
was.
up
He
on
was.
him."
He threw the most interceptions. Like
Yeah,
he was off
but
the chain.
imagine if they would have gave up on him. So you giving up on the coach, or you giving up on the player, or do you give them both a chance? Now, some of them we know the coaches just don't know what they're doing.
Actually, that was what people had when they were talking about Jameson because Jameson's worst isn't even Peyton's worst.
No,
And we talk about his stuff and everything, but they gave up on him.
they
They
did.
said no. They gave up on Jameson. They didn't give up on Peyton.
Yeah,
And who knows what could have been corrected. And that was I remember that conversation. So like you said, that's a perfect example. You give up on these young quarterbacks when you threw them out there in something they weren't prepared for. You're not taking time to develop them. And Tom Brady is on record for saying, why are you guys throwing these people under fire? Let these guys have an opportunity to develop because you see some in them or you wouldn't be throwing first round picks
because
out.
it's a shiny new object, and people are excited about a shiny new object until that object looks dull. So they're throwing them out there, and they don't have the experience or whatever. We'll see because we're in that boat. The Giants, we can talk about that. We're in that boat. So let's see
Yeah,
because everybody's high praise right now. But let's
yeah,
go over to the AFC West. So
yeah,
what
Denver.
who stood out from the AFC West? Excuse
I
me.
mean, Denver was all over Justin and company, so they look good.
You think they look
There's
good or the Jets look bad?
two things can be.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's
yeah,
definitely fair.
yeah, yeah. Because just they like you said, I feel like, and I agree with you. When you get hit a couple times, you start that. Hell, I know from Lil Pat. Lil Pat got hit a couple times, and that feeling that when them ribs getting tenderized and stuff, it'll change your whole game playing up and everything. So yeah, I mean, a lot of it could have been on Justin, but them hits was getting laid by Denver. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
give Denver their props just as much. So I'm gonna say they look, two things can be right at once. I mean, with that one,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the Chargers right now.
I don't either. I think the Chargers came out the gate and they came out the gate more prepared than other teams did. And so now teams are catching up with them or getting where they need to be. I'm not impressed with the Chargers. That win over Kansas City was a real hype game for them. Kansas
Absolutely.
City should have won again. Kansas City came out flat. They should have won. I
Yeah.
think the Chiefs are turning around looking like the Chiefs. So we'll see. Rashid Rice is back. That's going to make a difference.
Oh, that to me,
Um,
that's I'm a lot. I'm not. When I tell you, and I was talking to Darren about this. When Rice get back, everything gonna open up.
well,
You hear me?
he's back this week, so we'll
That's
see
what I'm
what it
talking
looks
about. That's
like.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Everything will open up. I thought, okay, if you survived 3-3, probably two of those games you should have won, but you fluffed off on. Could have been could have been even better than that. I'm like, I feel like when Rice get back, trouble in my way.
Yeah, I
That
think
will make me
so.
sing.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I think the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs gonna be fighting for that division. I don't think the
Okay.
Raiders will be there, but I think the Raiders are gonna be the cause of somebody's season getting messed up.
Because they got that potential to just go
They
in. Because they
they
broke up
absolutely
two
do.
the tight end Brock is out. But I just don't even like, why not? You have Mayor and I don't like how they use they got some
It's new
talent.
coaching. They've been through
They
coaching
got some
challenges.
good talent on that team.
But think about it. They had the dude from, I can't even think of his name, McDaniel. They had McDaniel, then you went to Pierce, and now you're with, come on, they got coaching challenges too. That team
and, and
can't gel.
and to me, I would go back to when Belichick had Gronk and Gronk and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back and look at that because they have two elite, in my opinion, tight end fronts that they got some stuff that they can be doing differently over there with the Raiders. Like they have some things that they can move around. I think that will make things easier and more challenging.
We'll see.
And they're just not using, in my opinion, the talent. And I'm not a coach, just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not. They got a lot of talent that I don't think is being used properly.
We'll see. We'll see how they come out.
Facts. And they gave away good talent too. Let's start there.
Yep. Let's jump over to the NFC. Eagles in charge, Washington, Dallas, and then New York. Everybody lost this week except for the Giants.
But now rep. Go on and do that.
No, I'm not gonna.
Rep your team though.
I'm not going. Yeah, I'm glad we won. I'm not.
No,
there.
y'all won. Y'all won.
We beat the Eagles. I feel good about that. Because we hadn't beaten them, we hadn't beaten them in years. I'm good about that, but I'm not like, oh my God, that's it. That's a win. That's one win. So it is motivation for the team so they know what they can do. But I have said it. I said it before that win.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles look flat. I don't know what's going on over there. You have all the pieces that you had to win a Super Bowl, and that's how you playing. 2 weeks ago, Saquon ran 6 times. Come on. It's Saquon Barkley. He ran 6 times. What are you doing? Who is your I know it's a new offensive coordinator, but what are you looking at?
We
and
gave
what
them
are
the
the
formula
changes
last week.
that
If they listened to 2 gyms, they would have won.
That's right. What are you changing? Go sit in the room and watch film.
Go back and watch some film, sir.
That's it.
Get back up in there and watch that film.
So I think
you got all the answers already there. Quit playing games.
If the Eagles fix whatever's going on, they're going to be the hard team to beat.
What I'm wondering is it something in the background in the locker room that is lost? Like the locker room is lost. Like there's because they too good of a team, talent from top to bottom to even be struggling.
Well, you see AJ Brown,
and they still winning. I mean, they still but I'm saying they still in charge. But all that talent and the way that maybe they experimenting early.
I don't know.
Maybe we just don't know. Maybe they experiment early. I don't know.
I'll stick with what I said.
They're that elite that they're just trying some stuff sometimes.
I don't think that's it. I don't think they're that clever. I think it's just they haven't clicked yet. And I think if they start clicking, that's going to be a hard team to beat. I don't think they just I don't think they're clicking because AJ Brown, he's complaining. He got cryptic stuff when they do press conferences with him. So whatever's going on, they got to fix it, and they need to fix it internally. And if they do fix it internally and start clicking, that's trouble for everybody else because they got weapons.
Well, at the end of the day, we know that talent is there. So if they ever get to clicking, everybody need to be
Yeah,
nervous.
and they did have some defensive players that were sitting on the sidelines.
But my boys,
They lost to. Well, we'll get to it, but they. I mean, we can skip over and go to the South if you want to. They lost to a team that's going to grind out, a team that's got pride. The Cowboys are just not. I mean, Tanisha, they they beat us, and who else did they beat? They beat the New York Giants, and who else? Right, you ain't got to answer the question. It was really, a rhetorical question,
I
but
know it was.
because it don't. But I'm just saying, you beat the Giants. That ain't, and you beat us in overtime.
But we've been in all the games. We've been in the games though, Linda.
You ain't winning.
I know.
You could be in a whole lot of games, but you ain't winning. We know
It's
that.
like
That's what you
the
can go to the
Philly. We've
playoffs,
been
but you
in
don't
the
win.
games. It's just we keep.
Doing the same stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. The Commanders lost the other night. They lost that. They gave that game away with a fumble. So they could have had that game. Giants, we'll see what's going to happen with them. But yeah, and I'm not saying this because it's the Cowboys. Cowboys just ain't, and they got injuries. They're suffering injuries too, but I just don't know what it is with them.
So let me ask you a question. I've
Mhm.
been seeing a lot of stuff online about how Jackson got a lot of swagger. He dancing, diamond up and everything. And they're like, why is it swagger with him? But when it comes to Shador, it's a cancer in the locker room. You heard anything like that?
No, I haven't, and that's people's opinion. So they're gonna go ahead and do stuff and spin it the way they want to spin it. That kid's been like that since college, so I don't even get into that. To me, anybody wearing all them chains or whatever while they playing football, I think that's nonsense. So that's for anybody. So for him, it's the same thing. He can have all the swag he want, go out there and win games. I don't give a damn about the swag. Win games. That's your job. So
All
you
right.
can put
I
on
just wanted to
15
know if you've
chains.
been hearing. I
Nah,
want to know
I
if you've been
haven't.
hearing that.
I haven't heard, but that's gonna be the white, the black. The white boy can do it, but the black, if the
Yeah,
black
'cause
dude
they
do it,
threw
or
Baker
if it's
out there.
Sanders, or if
They
it's
they
this,
threw Baker
yeah,
out there as well. They said it's okay when they do it, and then it's a negative when.
yeah. Anybody comparing these guys that are starting and playing to Shador Sanders, he's on the sidelines. When he gets out on the field and does what he needs to do, then bring him into the conversation. But him sitting on the
Gotcha.
sidelines right now, he shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. And that's not even that. That to me is in his defense. Because why are you even bringing his name up? Because he's wearing chains. Everybody's wearing chains.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson is one of the best wide receivers in the league, and he gonna wear he got a commercial where he talking about he always go deep.
I mean, hell, not only
That's the
chains,
thing.
we talking about chains and grills.
That's it. That's the thing. Chains used to be the thing for the Major League Baseball. Now it's the thing for the NFL. So that's nonsense. The boy was
Always,
doing it. Yeah,
always for baseball and softball player, you had a little
right,
chain on. Tuck your little chain in, feel good about your life. Yeah.
right. I want to see what I don't know how that came on. Sorry. I want to see how I want to see Shador play. I do want to see him play. You know me, I'm not a
No, I
Sanders
mean, I
fan,
want to
but I do
see.
want to see him. Yeah, I want to see him play because I want people to stop criticizing him off of what he's doing and or saying in interviews and this and that.
Yeah,
He
I
ain't gonna
mean,
get it all
he
right.
not even in the game,
Right.
and he can't even
He
say
can't
anything. My
win.
whole
He ain't
thing is,
played.
I want to
Right.
see Shador play when it's Shador's time to play.
Yes.
That's the difference. I watched my nephew sit the bench for the whole year until the last game of the season,
Hmm.
and I was okay with it. I think that helped him out. It's probably helping Shador to learn a system to sit down because he's getting the opportunity to sit there and learn where other people have been thrown right
Right.
into the fire. The fire, you know what I mean? Like so, I don't have an issue with him sitting. I think the longer he sits, probably it's going to help him even more.
Yeah, I agree.
When
I
he's
agree.
ready to play, that's when he should play.
I agree. I agree. Not
Yeah.
before. Not any time
All
before. Because they
right.
throw him out there. Don't throw him out there in a bad situation. I'm with you
Exactly.
on that 100%. All right, let's go to NFC North.
Oh,
What?
let me ask you a question though. What I'm also hearing that like talk about that he may be like on a trading block as well.
Who?
If we
Sanders?
yeah, if he was to be traded, can you just I just my question for you, what team do you think would
I have
benefit the
no
most from him?
idea. I don't know because all is you gonna trade him somewhere and start him? I don't see where he trades and starts. You may. I mean, where do you put him? as starting?
I mean, to be honest with you, I want him to sit the whole year.
No, you asked me a question. Now I'm
But
asking
I'm
you the
saying, but
same
if he's
question.
no, I mean, I wasn't saying trading to start. I was saying just because he's not in their future plans, they couldn't even figure out once they got Zappy whether or not he was even going to be quarterback too, and Zappy was coming from somebody else. I'm talking about trade period. That's just a
Oh, I
team
don't
to
know.
get it.
I mean, have to sit there and have that
So I wasn't
analysis.
expecting him to trade to start because, like I said, I
Well,
still am not a
trade the
fan.
backup. I don't even know where he would go to trade the backup because I ain't seen what he can do.
If
So
he
I
was
don't
going to
know.
go to trade the backup, I would like to see him in Miami.
Okay.
That if you're asking me, I would like to see him in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I am asking you because it's a question you put out to me. I have no idea because I have not seen him play
Yeah, I
except
would
for in
love to see him
preseason,
in
so I don't
Miami.
know who he could help until I see him play and say, "Oh yeah, then he would be a good fit for this team." I have no idea because I haven't seen him play. Seen him play in college, and I seen him play in preseason. So playing in preseason is
Well,
like
I know how
playing
you
in
feel about his.
college.
I know how you feel about his playing college. So
No, I don't think he was a bad player in college. What I'm saying is I don't know
I
how to
know, but
translate that
I said
over.
I know
Yeah,
how you felt
yeah.
about him in college.
That's any player. I want to see him
Yeah,
translate over
yeah,
to
you wanted to see him move around. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
yeah,
saying you say it was bad. You're just saying that you knew at the time he wasn't ready to go out there, and I agree with you.
yeah.
He
I want to
wasn't
see
ready
what
to
he
walk
has.
right in
Yeah.
and play.
I didn't. It's a couple of them that got out there that weren't ready. We had
Ready.
some that weren't ready, but that's what we were talking about earlier. You putting these players out there and they're not ready and they look horrible
Oh Lord,
and
yeah.
they were shining in college and all of a sudden they look horrible. And you're like, what?
All right.
Yeah, and it ain't on
What
them.
about the NFC South?
The South. You want to skip over the North?
Let's go to North.
Let's go North. That's next. Yeah, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, and then you got the Bears. That's a great division.
Oh yeah, it is.
I like that. If anybody could.
I thought
I
it was
still.
a great. I thought it was a great win for Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great win. I think Caleb is everything is starting to slow down for him a little bit more. He's starting to understand whatever the new coach that he has is putting him in a system. I think that even though you can see him wanting to get up and do what he's doing, he believes in what the coach is telling him to do, and it looks like it's working.
Yeah.
And if I'm Caleb, every year I'm doing it. I'm believing in the system. I think he's got somebody that he's gonna, and I think Caleb has the potential to be one of the good ones out here, and we're gonna get to see. I think what everybody expected to see from him right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So if he stays on this trajectory that he's going right now, I think he's just going to get better and better. It's kind of almost like Josh Allen when he first started off. He was a little bit all over the place, and now what we got is a great product. I think Caleb is headed down that route.
I agree, and they were showing his numbers, so I think he will come out of that better. And doing some comparisons with some players that were shining last year and are
Yep.
playing within themselves this year. So yeah, it'll be good to watch. That whole division will be good to watch. NFC South. I just
Oh, we
want to
just
say
doing
Atlanta
that's it.
Falcons. Huh? I mean, we could talk about all the other teams. I mean, they're good teams. We know Green Bay is
Yeah.
good.
I thought you might want to talk about Green Bay.
No, I think Green Bay's going to do what they're going to do. If they can stay consistent, they'll be fine. Detroit is a good team. They lost to a good team,
Oh yeah, well
this
yeah.
week. So Minnesota Vikings, they're another good team. These are all good teams. It's just a matter of how they play.
All right, well let's go to South because Baker Bay.
Yeah, Baker's holding it down. I mean, he's 5-1, and so is Indy. They got the best records in the league. Baker's doing his thing. He's tough.
Yeah,
He's
his
tough. He's got to
nails
be in that conversation. He's
MVP.
playing, but and yeah, and you know what? Some of the games they just got over because that Atlanta Falcons game that could have went either way. So you could have
Yeah,
the Falcons sitting up there, but go
but
ahead.
Baker's doing that without his number one too. He's doing it without Evans.
Well, he's
He's
doing it
still
without Evans.
fixing
He did it
yeah,
without Godwin, and he did
yeah.
it.
He's finding a way to win, so you got to respect it.
Well, 1,
He's
2, and 3
finding
were gone. His 3 top wide receivers were gone because that other rookie, he was gone. He had another rookie that came out and played, and it was so funny. Funny story about that dude. When he caught that ball, they started chanting MVP, 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 and he's like, "I ain't even did anything," you know. And then I
and you
forgot
know
who
that
it was on
feeling
his
like
team.
what?
His
I've
team, his
arrived
teammate
in this
told him.
book.
He said, "They not
They
chanting that for
did
you.
nothing.
That's for Baker." He's like, "Oh." So I thought that was
It was
that
good.
was funny. I don't know. I'm lost for the word, but the way it was just like it's so innocent that he was just
Yeah.
like, oh man, I didn't, he was
He
just
was
so
feeling
excited.
it.
He was
You
feeling
know
good
that
because it was
almost like a kid when they first find they love.
yeah,
But I'm telling you, there was one play
because that was a
that
great catch.
There was one play that Baker did where I mean he was sacked and that sucker dipped down and rolled, went out there, did a little juke move. Now mind you, Baker probably running a 4.840.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is not a speed demon. He kind of pigeon toed and everything. Baker juke, came around, shook dude, and reached over there, bullied his way in, and stretched out. And I was like, boy, I know they love him up in that
Oh, they
locker
did.
room.
They
They
did. And he got
gotta
up
love
talking
him.
a little trash too, because dude tried
What?
to hit him, but
And you know he
yeah,
can
he's tough.
dance. Don't make Baker break out his
Yeah,
song up on you.
he's tough.
Oh,
He's tough.
I know they love Baker up in there. It's no way they don't. That dude is a athlete type, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
So
they have all fallen in line and they believe and do not think that Tampa Bay don't have a chance to do something this year
oh
because
no, I think they had a chance to do something
absolutely they
last
do. If
year.
they get healthy,
Yeah, they had a chance to do something last year, but they have to get healthy. Those
gotta
three
get
wide
healthy.
receivers cannot be sitting on the bench and then Baker continue to do what he's going to do. It's not going to happen.
It's wait, one, he's gonna get banged up because he's taking a lot of abuse to get that ball off and everything, and because he's taking those other guys a little bit time to get open. So Baker's having to hold it a little bit longer than he likes to hold it, and just scramble and do stuff. But Baker trying to win. I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel
Yeah.
you, Baker.
And I mean, it's others too, because you got a line that's got to protect them. So the team overall is playing well. And he'll say that for the team playing well and people are stepping up. But like you say, you're not going too far without Evans. You're not going too far without
Nah,
Godwin and that
because you
other
need
kid
them.
who
You
I
gotta
mentioned
have
him.
them.
You gotta have them. So but the
Gotta
rest
have
of that conference, I mean that division, excuse me, the Falcons looked good the other night. The Panthers, they holding their own. They 3-3.
Yep.
And the Saints, no, the Saints trying to trade everybody. I would love to see Chris Olave of the Saints go to a team where he had a good quarterback.
Imagine like Chris Olave with the Ravens.
He's well, the Ravens no, because you ain't got a good coach. So I'm not even gonna say with the Ravens. So put him on another team where you got a good coach and somebody hell, he'd do better with the
Hell, Chris
Giants.
Olave with Aaron Rodgers over there in Pittsburgh.
He'd do better with the Giants. Because at least now the Giants are throwing it to all the wide receivers. But I think that's been a wasted, I was high on him coming out of Ohio State.
Wasted talent.
Wasted talent. A waste of talent, unfortunately. But let's go to the last one here. We're gonna go to the NFC West. 49 in Seattle, Los Angeles, Arizona. Everybody's sitting there 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, and you got the Cardinals at 2-4.
Yeah, which is, I mean, they lost their running back, and then Kyler now is banged. Kyler's hurt, so
Yeah. But
that's
I
rough.
mean, the 49ers now, I'm a little worried about them with
Matt,
no, Mac Jones been doing fine.
that's what I'm saying.
The
Matt,
defensive guy, what's his name?
just got hurt.
Broke his ankle.
Oh,
I'm looking at
Fred
him.
Warner,
Fred Warner.
Fred,
Fred
yeah,
Warner.
Fred Warner.
Yeah. With him out, he's the heart and soul of that defense. So we got to see how
Every
they.
time I see an amazing player on that cart rolling off, it damn near bring me to tears.
Yeah. So
Cause
we
you
got to
know
see
that
what they
right there,
do.
you done lost the monster, and it's a game changer. It's gonna change the way things are because he's a general on the field and stuff. So
Yeah, we'll see if somebody else steps up. But I just that's another team I that hasn't they're 4-2, but they haven't. Mac Jones has impressed me. The team has not. If that makes sense.
well, Darren mentioned that he thought that the system that Mac Jones is in, that they at the very least they have a good system over there with the 49ers to be able to plug and play quarterbacks. And if you can plug and play your quarterbacks, you got a shot.
Yeah, I
So,
I agree. They're winning game. I haven't been like, oh wow. And Brandon Ayuk, I don't know what's going on with him. So he's all over the place. But I'm just not impressed. Where if comes down to playoffs, where San Francisco is going to start blowing people out, I don't see that yet. I have the same issue with them that I have with Philadelphia. Where is that like that spark? I ain't seeing it. And they did Kendrick Bourne and a couple other people getting some catches. They look good or whatever. But
Puka is hurt too.
yeah,
For the,
I mean it's going to hurt the Rams. That's going to hurt
yeah,
the
yeah, it's
Rams.
gonna hurt the Rams.
Yeah. Seattle. What's his name? Smith, the dude with the 50 names.
Jackson. Smith and
He's looking
Jigga.
good. Yes, he's looking very good. So Seattle's going to be in the mix. I
It looks
think
great.
it's one of those seasons I've heard people say it. It's like, who's going to win? You're not looking at any really front runners. Who's going to win?
I think if I had to choose between that group, if all things being healthy, I'd go with the Rams winning that division.
With everybody being healthy.
Everything with every team, if everybody was healthy, I'd still pick the Rams to win that division.
Okay. I'm gonna
Period.
keep that in mind. I'm gonna keep that in mind. That's something
I'm,
that
I'm coming. I'm coming off a prediction of a sweep, just so
yeah.
people
So I
know.
know you wanted to throw something out there just in case. Roll the dice, right? See what's gonna
I,
happen.
I just figured I'd just go ahead and throw it out there. Why not?
Yeah. So we'll see. You had something you wanted to add about the NFL here
Yeah.
at the end. Go
So
ahead.
yeah, I was based off of Branch, them taking all of 30 seconds to give him a suspension. What was the result of the small coach punching and almost punching twice the player? What was the result on
I
that? Was
think the
it just the
team.
apology?
I think it was apology, and the team might have fined him. They didn't
Apology.
suspend him. I think it was an apology. I just think it was an apology. I don't even think he got fined. I
And
mean,
he threw two punches.
yeah. I
And
mean,
Branch did a small
that's a
slapping.
team. That's a team thing. That is a team thing. I know what you're saying that he should get the same punishment. That wasn't an NFL suspension.
That why
Branch got
not
suspended
though?
by the Detroit because it was
Why
not.
would the NFL not suspend a coach for punching a player? But you'll suspend a player for
You're
punching a
asking me a
player.
question. I don't know. What's
No,
your
I'm
thought about it?
saying,
I
no,
don't
I'm
know,
saying this.
Tanisha.
I'm making my case. What I'm saying.
Did
Why would the
the NFL
NFL
suspend Branch or did the team suspend Branch?
NFL?
Okay, I thought the team suspended him
No, I'm
because the
saying
coach said that he
you will
wasn't happy with
suspend a
that.
player for punching a player, but not suspend a coach for punching a player. I think that, and now that's all I wanted to say. I think that's strange.
It ain't strange. It's not fair. Coaches are not going to get treated the same way players do. We know that. Just like owners are not going to be held accountable, just like players are.
So the
Players are the
head,
property of this owners, coaches, players. Players are at the bottom, even though they're the reason that they're making money. They're at the bottom. That's just the reality.
and yet we teach people to lead by example. And your head
Come on,
coach.
Tanisha.
Come on.
Okay,
Yeah,
come on.
I'm just making the case here. But anyway, enough said. We already know the deal. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Thought that was
So
pretty funny.
player to player violence is easy to go ahead and reprimand them for that. That's easy. Ain't no question. But it's going to come up to the team to say, I'm going to suspend because it's like it's two totally different circumstances. Right. So I don't condone. I said it last week. You're not going to put your hands on me. And that the team should have stepped in. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not even looking at the NFL. I'm looking at the team should have stepped up and said something, and they didn't. But in the sake of time, because we ran way longer than expected, let's talk about what you got. We got the same thing in the entertainment corner.
Yeah, the entertainment corner. You asked me about a Netflix show, Monster, the Ed Gein. I watched it. I've already finished that, and I learned so much. One of the things I learned is like dang near every horror great movie that you ever watched is based off of this one dude.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whether it's Silence of the Lambs, whether it's Psycho, it's all based off of one guy. And I was blown away with that because I had no freaking clue that this one guy had spun off all the scariest movies or all of the great classic horror movies. You know, I'm a horror movie buff. I love horror. That all the movies that I love were based off of this one dude.
So yeah, I think the actor. That's one of the reasons I want to see it. I mean, people are saying, "Wow, wow, it's deep, it's deep." Psychiatrists even saying, "Hey, be
Crazy.
careful. Don't get caught up in the person that's acting or the story." So yeah, it's something I think I'm gonna go out there and watch.
You need to.
I gotta be in the
It's not boring. It
yeah.
will keep
I just
you
gotta be in the right.
intrigued.
Yeah, I
It
gotta
will
be in
keep
the
you
right mind frame. But people are calling it a docu series. It's not a docu series. It's a movie. So all of it ain't based on facts. So they're like, this ain't true, this ain't true. So take that in mind too. It's a movie, so it's not a docu-series. So
So what I did
I'm
was, is I was watching it because it was blowing my mind. I was like, "What do you mean, Silence of the Lambs?" And I go in there and be like, "Oh, that was loosely based off of the things that he did."
right.
Oh, I'm watching this. I'm Googling as I'm going along watching the show because I'm like tripping on this. I'm like, dude, really Psycho is him? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the leather face. All of that
Okay. I'm
is
gonna
loosely based off him. So check it out.
right. I was gonna say because
It's
I'm getting
worth the
ready to.
watch.
It is, but we coming up. We got like 30 seconds before we coming up on an hour. So Tanisha, do you have a
Let's go.
closing thought?
Yeah, I just did. Watch it.
That's your closing thought.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
And mine is, as always, it's like, peace for everybody. Be kind. You don't know what people are going through because they're going through a lot. And respect that. And like I said, kindness is free. So do your thing to be kind. And until next time,
Peace.
peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems on the Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.